Alright guys, so here we are for F1 2015 modded career mode. This is the Silverstone British Grand Prix for round 9 of this season. If you missed the last episode in Austria, I recommend you probably don't go check that one out. We didn't have the best of races. So this time, hopefully we can bounce back and get a solid podium. I'd be fairly happy with that. But here we go for qualifying. You saw we didn't get too high up the order, and that is because on our final lap we got completely blocked there by Lewis Hamilton, and I was incredibly frustrated by that because I felt like the car was so much quicker than 20th place, but that's just how it goes, I guess. I should have got in a better qualifying lap earlier on in the session, but either way, here we are for this Grand Prix. We're going to go for something completely different. We were originally given a set of prime tyres to start the race with, so I think that's actually what I'm going to do the race with as well. So primes at the start, then going to options twice. Now, I don't know, I'm going to see how it goes. If the options turn out to be a really bad tyre, then I'm just going to go for primes in the third stint to get us to the end of the race. So that's how we're going to manage this race. But yeah, if you guys are new to this series, this championship, holy crap, Roberto Merri is on pole in a manner. I just thought I'd put that out there. If you're new to this series, just be aware that every single car is equal, so they all have the performance of the Mercedes car, and I'm driving a 2014 spec Red Bull, so it's going to be awfully tough for me. But 5 red lights, and away we go here for the British Grand Prix. It looks like, surprise, surprise, another terrible start. Jenson Button there in 19th place, trying to challenge Marcus Ericsson into turn 1. We're going to try and hold it around the outside as Lewis Hamilton way down the order in 16th place there, but we'll try and get in front of a few of these guys if we can. We're going to take the outside and try and pick our way through. I think that was Bottas who went off the track there as we bumped with Lewis, and he backs off and we pass him too. So we're up to 13th already, so we've almost halved our way through the field as Rosberg and all the cars in front of him are just going so slowly. We all had to brake in the middle of a freaking straight. So I was just lucky I didn't get rear-ended myself. Otherwise, I would have lost a front wing or two. But either way, double overtake around the outside of Rosberg, and I think it was Hulkenberg. But now Grosjean is up, and now Perez is up into 11th place. So there's just positions changing left, right, and center, all behind me. But either way, it's been a very good start so far. As you'd expect on the prime tyres, this first stint isn't going to be too exciting, as I'm just trying to maintain track position and try and not lose as much time as possible. But Rosberg behind me must have had a brake failure or missed his braking point, because he just went straight on to turn 1, and he almost hit us there. So very, very lucky to get away with that. Now as lap 8, we're starting to fall into the clutches of the cars behind us. The leading group are actually pulling away so much they're just about a pit stop in front of me at this stage, and now we're battling quite hard there with Perez going back up the inside into Stowe, but he holds around the outside. I wasn't expecting that. Just shows how much more grip the option tyres have, even though they should essentially have more tyre wear than what my tyres have. It just shows how bad the prime tyres are at this stage. But if my tyre wear is just as bad on the options as what it is on the primes, then we may have to do 3 stops in this race. That's all I'm going to say. But now lap 10, we can see most of the leaders have all come in for their second option stint. But since my strategy here has gone so badly, I'm actually going to switch to a 1 stop here as we go defensive on Vettel. He actually outsmarts me there, makes me go to the inside. I overshoot the fast right-hander, and he's got me back up the inside. So that was a very cheeky tactic there from Vettel. I wasn't really seeing that one coming. But either way, lap 12, I'm trying to extend these prime tyres because I want to take them to about lap 15 or 16 and just do 10 laps on the options to the very end of the race, as Vettel completely backs out of it there. He could have had the lead there, then and then, but somehow we still have the leaders. Nope, now we've lost the lead to Raikkonen, who goes on the attack here on lap 14. We'll try and stay in his slipstream and maybe go up the inside. We lock up the inside front tyre, and we have the lead once again. It's getting very, very risky trying to stretch out these prime tyres this long into a race. Considering we started on them, they're absolutely gone now. Just going through right-handers, the front left tyre is just, it's gone. It has no grip at all, and you can see that as Raikkonen gets back into the lead once again. But he almost backs out of it there going through Copse, the old turn 1. So I don't really understand that. But now look at this, lap 15, the tyres have completely fallen off the cliff now, and I just feel like one of those slow cars on the freeway, because now we're getting overtaken for days here. We've gone from 1st to 5th, and now Bottas, oh geez, look at this, moved to the inside, and we've taken back 2 places there. So the slow car on the freeway moves to the overtaking lane and just bosses them back, but I don't think it's going to be, yeah, it's pretty short-lived there. Vettel and Bottas get us back there, and we drop to 4th. With Nasser now getting in the battle here, we seriously have to come in this lap because the tyres have just fallen off the cliff. That we've lost about 2 or 3 seconds worth of performance just on this lap alone. So it's going to be a very, very interesting final stint, going 11 laps on a set of option tyres. Compare that to the AI, they only did 8 laps on their set of option tyres. But the good thing is, we're going to have the undercut. So I don't know how this race is going to go, so let me know down in the comments. If you think we can win this race, let me know. We could just end up in last place. The tyre wear could just be that bad. But we'll have to wait and see. Vettel going fastest there as he pulls into the pit lane. There's a bit of a glitch when you come into the pits around Silverstone. You don't really slow down for the box too much, and you can actually go faster when you pit in for your pit stop. So that's what happened there with Vettel. But lap 17 now, a few cars have now come in for their pit stops. We've moved up into 15th place now. We've been jumped by Vettel, Raikkonen and Massa, I believe. The rest of the field is still yet to come in yet. But back to the battle, we can see we're going to go up the inside and Massa here into Stowe, and we get the move done. Next up is Vettel, and then obviously in front of him is Raikkonen, who has the effective race lead. Now, if you can't tell already, all the AI cars, they're all on the prime tyres, so we should have, I don't know, about a 7 or 8 tenth advantage in terms of just the tyre compound alone. So we're going to try and utilize that to our best advantage early on in the stint. We need to make lap time now and try and get track position, but at the same time we still need to save our tyres in order to get to the end of the race with a decent amount of tread on the tyres. But yeah, it's just a fine balancing act we're having at the moment. As you can see, going purple to the second intermediate, we make up a lot of time on the AI through the middle sector just because of the option tyres alone. We just have so much more grip and traction compared to the prime tyre, which feels like almost a dud compound. The prime tyres were just absolutely terrible at the start of the race. But as you can see, in the dirty area of Raikkonen, we're sort of losing touch with him. So I was mindful of this. I knew the tyres were going to go off in the final couple of laps, so I thought, now's our chance. We need to overtake Raikkonen now. We'll just put it up in a fast and just go for it. We'll try and go up the inside if we can, if we get close enough to Raikkonen. Into Copse. No, that's not Copse, it's Stowe. But either way, we have the lead. We have the lead. That is absolutely crucial in the context of this race. And somehow we still maintain the lead for now. Raikkonen has a nice run at us on the back straight there, but he sort of hits our car there. Sort of lost all of his momentum, and that was his final chance of the entire race because we were just so good through the middle sector that he wasn't able to challenge us on the final DRS straight. But somehow, we qualified last, we came back through the field on a really good strategy, and now we're going to win the Silverstone Grand Prix on just pure race strategy.
Superb race. You really deserve that. Great job.
I never thought we'd actually be able to pull off a one-stop on this game, let alone win the race at the exact same time. This strategy only came about because we lost so much time in the first stint. And if you consider we would have started on the option tyres, this whole thing would never have been possible. But it's happened. It's worked out. And we won the Grand Prix. Pastor Maldonado DNFs after being in the lead group at some stage during that race. I was also surprised that we were able to take the option tyres to the end of the race because we did, 11 laps on those? And they actually held out really well. But in the driver's standings, we now move into the lead with Sebastian Vettel. So Nico Rosberg, after only finishing in 10th, so getting 1 point, he's dropped to 3rd. He had a really commanding lead coming into this Grand Prix, but now he's fallen away a little bit. So it looks like it's a 3-horse race at the top of this championship, but with equal cars. You can't really rule anyone out, apart from Will Stevens, who still has no points in this championship so far. But that's been this episode of F1 2015 Modded Career Mode. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more of these episodes more often, then make sure you leave a like. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.